Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at my top 5 picks for the most important cars to purchase in Grand Theft Auto Online for 2023. Now, the other day, I went over mostly armored vehicles. This video is not going to feature any armored cars. It's just going to feature the best of the best when it comes to handling, top speed, or both added together, and that is exactly what this first vehicle we're going to be taking a look at as the BR8. The BR8 is an open-wheel race car, which means it has some of the most insane handling in the game. You can see I can easily just sleuth my way through the airport. I mean, there's no vehicle in the game that can do this apart from other open-wheel cars. You can just see how insane this handling is as I'm easily turning these corners without even having to worry about braking. I mean, that is insane right there. Not to mention the BR8 also gets a speed boost, which we can see activating here, and it has regenerative braking, or just letting go of the gas, which means when you're turning a corner that's a little bit too sharp, let's say like this one, I can just let go of the gas a little bit, gain some of that speed back that I lost through the corner with that speed boost, and then do it once again here. So the BR8 is an absolutely amazing vehicle. It is incredibly fast at 122 miles per hour, and that's without adding in the speed boost, and this vehicle is just insane on handling. This is by far one of my favorite vehicles to drive in the game, especially just down super windy roads because of the insane handling it does carry. This is the fastest of the open wheel racers, but it does come at a price tag of $3.4 million. So while I do believe that this is a very important vehicle to own if you have a lot of money, I definitely would suggest to stay very far away if you're a newer player and you're trying to make a lot of money. This is just one of the most expensive vehicles out there, but there's a reason why it's so expensive, and this is the reason why. I mean, just being able to corner like this is insane. Up next, we have the Emirates and the Krieger. I'm putting both of these vehicles in the same position because they're almost identical vehicles. The main differences between these two are their looks, because even their price tags, while very expensive at $2.8 million and $2.7 million, are almost identical. Same for the lap times, acceleration, and handling. I will definitely say that if you want the better of the two, it is slightly better on the Emirates. The Krieger is really nice, and I think the car is absolutely amazing. I might be wrong, but I think it's based off the Mercedes AMG 1. The Krieger looks amazing, but it is a little bit worse than the Emirates. So I do think the Emirates is a tiny bit better on the podium compared to the Krieger, but it's really down to what you think looks better. I like the look of the Emirates. This is based off the McLaren Senna, which is one of my favorite cars of all time, especially because Senna was super fun to watch in F1. But yeah, I mean, the car definitely puts a pretty good ode to him. You can see, once again, just like the open wheel car, this thing has really good handling, especially because this is not in its own little category like open wheel racers. This is in the supercar class. So it's pretty dang impressive how well this thing handles. It's got great acceleration. It's all-wheel drive, which allows it to constantly have grip even on really rocky terrain. Overall, I mean, the Emirates is a fantastic vehicle. Same for the Krieger, as I did say. The only thing that is a bit of a setback is the price tag. Now, I should point out that a lot of these vehicles in today's list are going to be extremely expensive, because if you want the best of the best, they're always going to be expensive. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a video on the cheaper versions of these cars. So I'm going to have a top 5 best deals of 2023 for newer players or something like that. I'll figure out what I'm going to title it. But yeah, none of these cars I would suggest to buy for a new player unless you want to save up a lot and just buy one car and not have to worry about the supers anymore. And yeah, if you're going to do that, then I would definitely suggest to either get the Emirates or the Krieger, and then you just don't have to worry about buying another supercar ever again. Moving on, we get to the LM87. This is one of the most expensive vehicles in the game, just shy of $3 million. And this is not an open wheel car. It's just 3 million buckaroos. Why is it so expensive? Well, the LM87 just has about everything you'd ever want for a supercar. First of all, it's fast, having a top speed of 129 miles per hour, making this one of the fastest supercars in the game. Not only does it have a great top speed, but the handling is unworldly on this vehicle. You can see here, we're just turning these corners with no problem. Even if you turn the joystick right or left at full turn, the vehicle will never spin out because of the fact it has such good grip. This car is super fun to drive. It's got the speed, the handling, it's really got everything. It's absolutely fantastic for certain time trial races that are on the road. The only problem with the LM87 is that it can't really do much else apart from this right here. It's really good on the road, but you're never going to be able to drive it off-road. As soon as you try off-roading in this vehicle, it's going to die very quickly. Once this vehicle loses grip, it is like trying to drive on ice. So do keep that in mind. The the LM87 is kind of like an open wheel car in the fact that it's really just a track vehicle. If you're planning on driving across the map on the road, then yeah, go for this vehicle. But apart from that, it's not like the Krieger or the Emirates where you can drive those cars really on a lot of terrain because they're all-wheel drive and they have decent grip, to be honest. Yeah, this vehicle you're not going to be able to drive too well off of any terrain because it is rear-wheel drive, as you can see just from spinning those back tires. Still an absolutely amazing vehicle, and once again, very expensive, but I would say it's a pretty good deal for everything you get considering this car. I should also point out that it's a one-seater, another bit of a bummer, so if you have friends, you're not going to be able to fit any of them inside of this vehicle. I wanted to throw in a couple sports cars as well, so for the last two vehicles on this list, we're going to be taking a look at sports class, starting off with this, the Italy GTO. The GTO is incredibly fast, having a top speed just shy of 128 miles per hour. Now, judging that this is a sports car going just about as fast as the LM87, that is pretty dang impressive. This car also has some of the best lap time for the sports class in the game, which makes it not only very fast, but very good at handling as well. If you want to do racing, if you want to have good handling, you want to drive on the road, and just have a really, really nice looking Ferrari, this is definitely the vehicle for you. But you'll notice that even though this may have one of the best lap times for the sports class, it's still nothing compared to the supercars. So if you want to do racing, this is a great vehicle to purchase. It's right up there next to the Praia on lap time. It's got handling and all that, but I would definitely say that supercars are going to get the job done a lot easier when it comes to the handling category. But this isn't bad at all. You can still see very easily turns corners, has pretty good grip, you don't have to worry about spinning out at all, and it's pretty decent at drifting as well. Just not the best when it comes to handling, but ironically it's the best in lap time, so yeah, it's just kind of funny how much better some of the supercars are on handling. And finally, we have this, the Ocelot Pariah. This is a vehicle that for a very long time has been known as an incredibly good car. This vehicle is faster than 99% of supercars, going in at a top speed of 136 miles per hour. And the ironic part is it's quite cheap at like $1.3 million. Yeah, in real life that's incredibly expensive, but in this game that's actually one of the cheapest cars you'll find when it comes to the newer great vehicles. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, as I was saying, it's quite cheap when it comes to the newer, really good vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. The Pariah is fast, it's got great handling, which is surprising for how fast it is, and it looks really, really nice. So I would definitely say that the Pariah should be a #1 purchase on your list. If you don't own the Pariah, it is just a must-have. It's great on just about everything there is to be great. I'm also very surprised that this vehicle did not blow up. We just literally crashed it into a plane that blew up. The engine is smoking, but the car is still running fine. That is pretty insane. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is my picks of the best cars for 2023 in Grand Theft Auto Online. Obviously, there are some other vehicles that are really good, like the Torero XO is fantastic, and so is the Ignis. I mean, there's a lot of really good sports cars as well, but I do think that these are just the icing on the cake for the best of the best when it comes to handling, top speed, acceleration, and everything added together. None of these cars have bad lap time I showed in the video, none of these cars have bad top speed, and none of them have bad handling. So when you add all that together, they're all fantastic. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and as I said, if you'd like to see more like it, you know what to do, but I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!